Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of July in my agenda planner. We'll decorate all the monthly pages in a colorful floral theme, so come plan with me. And I've got these various washi tapes here, ready to go, along with this roll of washi tape stickers, these various die-cut sticker packs I may use, and this Happy Planner sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with the monthly layout. I will be using a Happy Planner monthly layout for the month of July, and quite possibly for the rest of 2024. I'll go into that in more detail as I get the planner set up ready to go, but for now, just know that I'm using a Happy Planner layout for the monthly. And I decided that I wanted to pull out an older sticker book, this pressed floral sticker book, which I've had for a number of years. And I thought that it might pair well with some of these die-cut stickers that I have. Wasn't quite sure exactly where these spreads were going to go, so we will figure that out together. I started by pulling in a really large quote that says "Just Bloom" and putting that into the sidebar. I also grabbed a few colorful boxes in some of the colors I think I'll be using here and put those on some important dates in the month. Now I am working on using some of the paper floral stickers that I have there to make some sort of design in the sidebar. As I was looking through and building out these floral clusters here, I realized that I didn't have any florals in that blue tone. So even though I am working out how to make this work, it was just kind of an odd color to include into the spread since I didn't really have any other decor in that color, so I will probably be making a change fairly soon. But as I was working through that, I realized that I really wanted to do more of a gradient of color with the florals and was just trying to figure out what colors I had and what florals to make sure that I had enough to do what I had envisioned to do with the color gradient. So I'm doing a little bit of cleanup and organization here in that sticker book, trying to collect like colored florals together on the same sheet. So again, I can kind of figure out what I have in what colors. And you can see me rearranging a few things and removing the sticker background so that I can place whatever I want onto the individual sheets. You can see where I was going with it too. So far, I've got kind of like a pink to purple into the blue, which went into almost like a tan to white, yellow, orange coral color into a soft red. So I have that in there. I also wanted to use some of those other stickers like I mentioned. So I have these cute stamp stickers with the same kind of pressed floral type flowers on them and thought that that would match up well. I'm also going to pull out my die cut stickers and just see if there's anything there that I think I want to use. But I don't know. It's just a little bit of a different vibe. And then that pack that I had there was all purple. And it just didn't feel like that worked with the idea I had. So I put that to the side, and now I am playing around with some of the washi. I pulled a number of colors, again, kind of looking at that book, and I just pulled colors that matched up with the colors in the sticker book. And as I was doing that, I just realized that the greens and the blues, again, just there really wasn't enough in the florals to warrant using those colors. But I do seem to have a lot of the purple, pink tones and the coral orange tones. What I ended up doing is layering those in a vertical manner, kind of similar to what you're seeing there in the sidebar with the colors cascading down the page, and am using those just for some added color in and around the monthly days. I've never done a vertical washi strip like this in the monthly, but I really kind of like it. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but I think it's a really good idea. Still gives you plenty of room to write in the boxes, but adds, again, a bit of color and decor in and amongst the functional area, which I really liked. I also did my washi layering to kind of emphasize that gradient again in the washi tapes. So I think it all will tie together if I stick to a limited color scheme. And to do that, I'm going to replace out those colorful boxes that I originally pulled and go more for those pastel tones that I pulled for the washi. I still feel like I want to use those strips of washi stamp-like stickers. So I'll figure out a way to incorporate those, maybe down here at the bottom where there's some empty days. I also replaced out the quote that was blue with this gold quote, since I'll be adding in some gold foiling. I think that that's just going to work way better as far as the color scheme. So I have laid in a few of those stamps. Again, those aren't exactly like a perfect match to the color scheme, but I think they tie well enough with the florals that are available and that I'm using. So we'll bring those in. I'm also layering in some gold washi tape and like a striped pattern with those pastel strips, just to add more of the gold, to repeat that color over in all of the spreads. And then I added some quotes as well, some long bar quotes from the same book. Those also have some gold in them. So gold is a prominent feature in these spreads. So that said, we're ready to move things over. I've already started to grab some of the washi, lay that in. I'm also going to move in these stamp stickers and the quote. Just kind of position everything nicely on the spread. I am doing a group of 3 washis. That is a key number for well-built designs. 3s, 5s, sticking with odd numbers when you are placing things randomly on your spread definitely helps. I did space these out evenly, but if I didn't, that might be another way to think about adding in a little bit of variety. Finally, we're going to go ahead and drop in the sidebar. I'm basically just going to contain those florals, like they're cascading down in through the sidebar, but not going into the functional space. So I think that'll be a nice clean look with the florals basically being cut at the edge of the month. Yeah, I did try to roll them off, but none of them are touching, so that always makes it a little bit trickier to do. I got a majority of things off at once, which definitely helped speed things along. I'm trimming out the excess floral edges there on the side and saving any tidbits that may be used in a future spread. Just use my sticker spatula to make sure everything is cemented down, and we will move on to the next spread, which is my month overview spread. And here it is a insert that is from my shop. I have built this a little bit more custom than what you can just find off the shelf in my shop. There is a monthly overview insert that has a different page on the right. It's more of a single page month look, but the left page is the same. And then I also have a goals and tasks insert, which has the monthly goals as well, like it is on the right, but the other page is different. So it is a bit of a customized spread for myself, and I can do custom orders. So if you like this, just reach out to me on Etsy. and we can talk about doing custom items for you. But overall, this is just the setup that I've been using for the year, and it's been working out pretty well. So I've already started building out some decor there at the top. I don't really use the top portion on the left for anything in particular, so I like to put a little bit of decor there. I built out a quote with some of those florals. The quote that I had there was originally all stacked, and then I cut apart some of the words so that I could reposition the quote and make it fill the space a little bit better. And now I'm laying in more of that washi tape like I did on the monthly, layering it with the colors. I have flipped it on this one, so it starts with the coral color on the top and then goes into the purple on the bottom. And I believe it was the opposite on the previous spread. But I was just tying that into the color in the quote here that has more of a stronger coral color, and so I thought it would be best to start with the coral on the top. I've already layered it with some of that gold washi as well, and I'm just trying to figure out how to incorporate maybe a few of these long bar quotes with the gold foil. Again, for repetition, tying the theme together amongst all of the different pages. And on the goals boxes, I'm thinking to add in maybe just some of these circle stickers to give a little bit of something extra there on those boxes while still remaining functional. And I do like those boxes that I have there. See what else we can do with maybe this purple quote. I'm not in love with its positioning right now, but we'll see where it ends up in the end. I'm going to go ahead and lay in the washi tape first. Get that down on the page, make sure everything is straight. And then I'll drop in the quote. Again, more of that washi tape on the opposite page. And then I'll relay in those circle stickers just to make sure everything's nice and lined up. And I was going to try to do a roll off, but it was not going to work. So I went ahead and just moved this over by hand. And I don't know what happened, but suddenly it got super cloudy. So all of the light just totally changed up for the next minute or so. I think I got it under control here in a second, but sorry about the lighting issues. I got all of those stickers on there and then remembered that I wanted to reuse some of those stamp stickers as well. So figure out a way to bring those in here at the bottom of the checklist. Maybe add them to the top here on the monthly goals for some balance, but I don't think there's quite enough room to make that happen. So we'll put those away and trim off all the excess, saving any usable parts. And then finally we'll do the last spread in my planner here, which is my social media spread. This again is a custom insert from my shop, kind of a combination of a couple of items along with some customizations. I use this to track my social stats on the left and then my social media schedule on the right. So just trying to figure out how to add in those same elements on these spreads, which are a little bit more function heavy, while still kind of maintaining the look of the theme. So I'm laying in washi tape to start. On this one, I kind of stuck with just the simple one strip of washi on each page. And even there on the left, I really didn't think I could get away with having that washi run through the month. So we will use the month as kind of like a mask for the washi, pretending it goes behind it. And I think that'll be the best bet. And of course, we're going to need some sort of quote. So I don't have a ton of quotes available, but there is this nice long quote with some gold accents that I think will be good to bring in a bit more of the gold. And we'll see if we can incorporate that somehow. I'm also adding in more of those florals. Again, using the month box as like a mask so that the florals can go behind it. We'll see if this works. I just realized I don't think I whited out behind the daisy sticker that's there in the clear quote in the end. Probably should have done that just to give it more of a illusion of laying on top, but we'll see how it is in the end. I don't remember it being very distracting, so that should look fine in the end. And here again, I'm trying to reiterate that gradient feel, but this time I'm doing a little bit more of a like V shape. So we have it diagonally coming down and then diagonally going back up on the spread. Just trying to figure out the best layout for the colors. Again, more weird lighting because of these clouds that came in all of a sudden. So sorry, you guys. I really tried to balance things out, but it was like the end of the video, and then I started to lose track of what was happening. So I will do my best to alter the lighting before I export the video, but it will probably still look a little bit funky on your end. And again, just really trying to work that gradient up and down across the page. Bringing in a little bit of those stamp stickers as well. I think that's gonna be a nice amount of florals, so we'll stick with that. Bring in one of those quotes, just again for repetition, and go ahead and start moving things over. One of the things I didn't do in this video, because I feel like this took a little too much time, was to use my highlighters in coordinating colors to help set up some of the pages with some colorful highlights. I usually add some bullet points, for example, on the social stats monthly for tracking my subscribers and followers. And then I also will like highlight some of the headers and things I have on that page as well. So you're not going to see that in this video, but if you ever want to see how I actually use these spreads and their function, check out my monthly flip throughs. I've been doing them for a number of years now. So if you really just want to see the planner in action, like the function of it, those are the videos to check out. Lately, I've been doing a premiere where I chat live with you guys as the video premieres on YouTube. And that's been working out really nicely. So if that's something you're interested in, do check that out. It's usually the first Sunday of the month, and I've been doing it at 3 p.m. Pacific time for a number of years now. There's not usually a change to the time frame, so if you can catch it sometime, do join me. I'd love to have you guys on the chat, or you can answer any questionable stuff as well as I go through the planner. And we are gonna, again, try to roll off these stickers, which is not an easy task with nothing touching. I'll just tell you right now. But I do want the stickers to be in relatively the same place, which is a little bit tricky if you don't roll them off. So I'm just moving them over now after I've rolled off the ones that I thought I could. We'll go ahead and separate out the pages and trim off any excess sticker on the edges, saving those pieces that are usable. I think I also will need to clean out the holes here on a couple of these down at the bottom where the stickers overlap. And then once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye.